Hi guys, today we're going to talk about experimental art. Most applicants and artists are often confused with what is experimental art because they don't know which criteria or which boundaries it fits. But experimental art has no boundaries. In fact, today's art piece, which we're going to discuss, is called Freeform. It was painted in 1946 by the famous artist Jackson Pollock. This was the first painting that started his line of paintings called drip paintings. Today, that might be a very common way of artwork and of creating pieces. However, at the time, it was something that broke tradition. In fact, in comparison to all the artists of the time and artists that came before him, he was breaking aside from what had been done. He was breaking form from function. He was giving paint and its fluidity its own character. In this artwork, you can see that the black and white paint is in tangles and pools. In fact, what it was painted with is diluted oil paint, which is something most artists today would not choose for such a style and technique. But in fact, he did. Why people don't choose it today is because of the time it takes for oil paint to dry. However, the texture and the fluidity that Pollock brought was through diluting the oil paint. Now, the interesting thing about freeform as a painting is that why it was so revolutionary is that it was an artist bringing direct and physical engagement into his artwork, into his art process, something artists before him had not done. In fact, this piece totally broke away from how artists processed and created their artwork. Through this personal engagement that he had with his medium and his piece, he showed gravity and this engagement and velocity that previous artworks had not seen. The improvisation in his process itself is what experimental art is all about. It's about improvising, about line and color standing apart and not being one. So, what this painting shows and why it really revolutionized the world of art and design was because it showed freedom. And this freedom is something that isn't just what art curators and art history students pick up today. In fact, during Cold War, this painting, Freeform, made its tour around the world. Why? Because universities, art enthusiasts, and galleries at the time, and even countries, used Pollock's freeform painting and this drip art as an emblem of freedom. And experimental art as a genre is an emblem of freedom. When you paint for self discovery, and that is how Jackson Pollock put it, painting is self discovery. And his process of working this experimental art was a process of self discovery. So, only when you can show through your process that you have discovered something more about yourself or within yourself or in the artwork you've created, you know that you've experimented. Because only through experimentation can you grow. And the best way to put experimental art is in the words of William de Kooning. He had said that every so often, a painter has to destroy a painting. Cézanne did it, Picasso did it with Cubism, then Pollock did it. He busted out our idea of a picture to hell, and then there could be new paintings again. And that is what experimental art is. It's when you bust out the idea of a picture, and so new art and new paintings can be created. Who is William de Kooning is for the next video. I hope this video was helpful and added a little bit of knowledge to your idea of what experimental art is. I will see you next time.